get started. How you feeling?
You can hear us, right?
Huh?
You can hear us.
Yeah, I hear you really well.
Okay. Well, our camera's right here, so we're gonna look this way, even though we're looking at you. We're gonna be looking back and forth. So, my man here, this is Steve Royal. Steve Royal. I'm L.A. Scovens, and over in where we at now?
You in Paris, France?
Paris, France.
Yeah.
Just give me a little French. Give me a little French. I know you know that French by now.
À Paris, je suis un bassiste. Je né à Baltimore, Maryland. C'est chez moi. So I'm just saying, my name is Jay Golden. I'm from Baltimore. That's my home. You know.
Okay. Steve, start us off, man.
Well, Jay, I was going to introduce you two because y'all don't know each other. But again, this is Leonard Scholes.
Nice to meet you, bro.
He was the front guy in Odyssey after you had left.
He was in Odyssey too?
Yes, he was in Odyssey
What?
before. He watched me create Odyssey.
I'm a dinosaur.
Wow.
I'm a dinosaur.
What is that? Well, anyway, he lived up the street from me, and that's how we know each other.
Yeah.
Lenny, this is Jay Golden.
Nice to meet you, Jay.
Back in the day, we referred to him as Jamaica.
Jamaica. Why they call him Jamaica?
You'll find
Because
out.
I wrote the perfect joint. It's actually pronounced J-Maker.
Jamaica. Okay.
Say it fast, it sounds like Jamaica.
Jamaica.
Don't be surprised if he rolls one up while we're talking.
Oh, I ain't got nothing to do with that. I got nothing to do with that. He got to be who he is.
Well, it's not really legal. It's tolerated. It's not really tolerated. It's just that I do it. You know. But anyway,
I can hear.
I've been over here since '89.
Okay. You've been over there since 1989.
Yeah, I came.
1989.
Back. Yeah, I came here from Montreal because, Steve and I, we went to Douglas High School, and we all graduated in '76, and in between '76 and '79, I did a lot of, little gigs around Baltimore, like with Rhonda Melton. We used to do the Gatsby's all the time.
Oh, the Gatsby.
That was back in the day, and after playing with a lot of, funk bands, we all played in different bands in high school, and that was the period. And then I started playing with Ernie Fields, and from that, I got hooked up with an agency and became like a hitman. They called me for different bands. So
okay.
I'd be in Florida for 2 weeks with a band. Then after that, I'll be in Newport News with a band for 3 nights. And then after that, I go to Vegas for like a month, And for a good minute, it was cool. And I end up in LA after that. Got caught up in some crazy stuff we'll get into later. I convinced myself to come back home. And that took me to Canada, and that was in 1980. And I toured through Canada with different bands for 10 years before I came to France.
Okay. Well, just to let you know,
kind of abbreviation of from Baltimore to here.
Okay, just to let you know, everybody, we're in Baltimore. He's in Paris, France. And we're doing this via Zoom. So that's why we're kind of looking at the TV because we got him on the monitor over here. Steve can barely hear him. Steve got his cool Ray glasses on. So he's got the cool Modi thing going on. You know what I mean? So we're in Baltimore. Yeah, and this is Steve. Steve, tell us a little bit about you and him and how you guys connected.
How did we connect? That's kind of like, gee. No, we talking about how did we what?
How did we first connect? It's from.
Oh no, he wants to know how do we connect since you've been off continent.
No, how did you first connect?
Oh, I told you, 1972 at Southwestern Junior Senior High School. That's where Chris House and myself started Odyssey. Chris House was a trumpet player. He went to Southwestern, and he wanted to play with Odyssey, but we had a bass player.
Okay.
So. I said, well, look, you sit on the sideline and watch this for a while. And he did. Then eventually he got in.
So wait a minute. He went from Odyssey in Southwest Baltimore to Paris, France?
Yeah.
No. It's even deeper because I started playing bass for my dad. I don't know if you know the name Kermit Golden.
No.
He's a dynasty. The Travelers. The gospel group, The Travelers. The guy who sounds like Sam Cooke. The voice like Sam Cooke. You know who I'm talking about?
Yeah, yeah.
That's my dad.
Okay, okay. So you come from a musical legacy.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I started playing bass and guitar at 9. And then in high school, I played with a couple of little bands in our area up near Southwestern before Odyssey, and then after that, I got transferred to City, and then from City to Douglas, and then Steve and I we met
We hooked up, reunited.
And Douglas?
Yeah.
we've been friends ever since. And we all graduated 76, same year.
76 is our year. Yeah. Benny Cowan 75, Scott Taylor 75, Charlie Williams is 73,
73, yeah.
Ray Gaskins is 77. Just to name a few. I mean, I could go on and on about the graduation class of Douglas who came out what year, which means we were all in the school bands at the same time for a year, 2 years, or 3 years.
Okay.
Before they graduated and went on.
So what was it like being in Douglas band? What was that?
Oh
like?
man, let me tell you. When I first got to Douglas, the first day, opened the band room door and walked in there. I just stood in the doorway and looked around, man, and I was like, "Oh shit!" Because you could see representation of every band in Baltimore sitting in that room. You had
That's
Black Micah, you had Charlie, huh?
That's a fact. Yeah. Black Micah, Charlie Company,
Charlie
Black
Company, Uncle Remus,
Grand
Yep.
Jury, Witchcraft.
Well, Witchcraft was Madhouse. Madhouse evolved into Witchcraft. After Joey and Bone left and went with Bootsy, they evolved into Witchcraft.
No, I'm talking about before that. There was the one with Coochie and Tommy Williams.
Witchcraft. We talking about before they became Madhouse. You talking about Witchcraft though?
Oh, okay. Well, see, I'm saying that Madhouse changed into Witchcraft, and you're saying that the opposite way. But enough of that.
Good.
But anyway, that's what it was like going to Douglas. So going to Douglas, and you see all these guys, and you sit down, and then you get in your section by section: trumpet section, trombone section, saxophone section, clarinet section, drum, percussionist, whatever.
String section.
Going to Douglas is kind of like everybody's in a band, and Fridays, the weekend, is like football, Friday Night Lights, except for us, it's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Right.
And you'd be like, well, who's booked on the show with who this weekend? Well,
yeah, because everybody had bands. At that time, I was with the Soul Explosion.
Yeah, I remember them.
I was doing a lot of, we were doing a lot of the Union Hall cabarets. That was the period of the cabaret.
Yeah, that was big. Union halls and cabarets. That was huge.
But don't forget, not just the union halls and cabarets. You also did the college campuses. We did Morgan State University, UMBC, Coppin State College, Bowie. Oh, that was one of my favorite shows during Bowie because we actually spent the night in the girls' dormitory the night before the show.
You tell us some history now.
Well, that was one of my favorite shows. And then and getting out there around the mobs of girls chasing your ass when you get off stage. That's Bowie. That's why it's one of my favorite shows. I'll lie to you not.
Bowie is still a great place to go to school though.
Right.
Right now.
College camps, it's like 75. We actually opened the McKeldin Center. We were the first show in McKeldin Center, first event in the McKeldin Center. Grand Jury opened up with us, for us, and that's how McKeldin Center opened.
And by us, you mean who?
Jamal.
Yes. Okay, because that's Odyssey's gone now.
Right, out there, high school, I was in Jamal. I moved out, my mom moved out to Cherry Hill in 71 and forced me to go to a new school, so that's why I was at Southwestern. My friend Anthony wanted me to play with the Little Beavers, and I told him no. And back there I said, well, do you hear any horns on them records? Well, what I want to play with them for? Right, all the little young girls hollering about, go ahead.
I did Jimmy Bisco and the Little Beavers. I did the Weed 3.
Yeah, I remember Weed 3. Purdy Enterprises. Purdy Enterprises.
You bring back so many memories. This goes to show you that how old we are. Because
yes,
they're gonna watch this. You're gonna say, Who are y'all talking about? And a lot of those places are gone, unfortunately.
They're all gone.
You know, Baltimore has a great history of good musicians, not superstars, but the guys who make superstars.
Right,
Mm-hmm.
right,
You
right,
know,
right.
they all came in. A lot of them came in our period from 70s, let's say 70 to 80. That 10-year period, a lot of great musicians.
Yeah, yeah.
But you got to remember the Chitlin Circuit came through Baltimore,
Oh
Pennsylvania Avenue,
yeah.
the Royal Theater, all those. You know, back in the
Art
day,
Social Club,
Art Social Club, back
Fox,
in the day.
Red Fox. What was that? The Foxes. Foxes. Then was the
Oh, let's just talk about the Avenue, the Carousel, the Shonda
the
Clan.
carousel.
Yeah,
What was the other one?
Lafayette Palace, Hollywood Palace, the Elgin Lounge, Checkerboard Lounge, Carousel, Scene, the Famous, Alcazar, Art Social Club, like that, Sportsman.
Yeah.
Did I say Bryce's Hilltop? Bryce's
Hilltop, yeah.
Bryce's Hilltop remodeled 4 times, and every time they reopened it after remodel, Jamal reopened it.
Wow.
The guy, what's the red guy that owned it? He and I were pretty tight.
Fraser Bryce.
Yeah. We were pretty tight, man. He taught me some things about business, how clubs make money and pay bands, how it's a hand-in-hand relationship. Because I once asked him, how do you pay us? And he said, well, you know, you're selling tickets. And he took a fifth of liquor and said, look here, son. See what I'm saying? Look here, son, I can pour 100 shots out of this bottle at such and such a piece. That's how we make money in selling food and the tickets at the door. That's how y'all make y'all money. But if y'all are popular and draw people in, I can sell more drinks, sell more food. It's a work hand-in-hand relationship. I remember so many cocktail sips up there on Sundays. Oh, Lord. You know, cocktail sips, over at 5. You know, they start in the afternoon or they start at 5. I can't remember which one it was.
After church.
Yeah, after church, of course.
After church.
We be kids playing. We be watching.
You know, there was a time that the bars and clubs was closed on Sundays.
Yo, when you could, that blue law.
Yeah, the blue law. They couldn't be open on Sundays.
Right.
Saturday night, 2 o'clock was over. Well, of course, you had the after hour joints that would be open till 6 or something like that.
Do you remember the Full Moon on York Road? Marvin Cabell.
Ooh.
Tenor player, sax solo from Chicago. When he came out of Nam, he opened up a small little juice bar after our club called the Full Moon. Groove Holmes used to Charlie Etzel. Remember Charlie Etzel? Oh, guys, I don't know if the jazz scene. Charlie Etzel was the number one outside of Charlie Covington. Charlie Etzel was the number one guy. He was the guy that Mickey Fields and Johnny Polite called all the time at the SSBBD. You know, and Charlie was my boy, and I learned jazz. Actually, I learned a little bit of Douglas, but I really sharpened my teeth at the Full Moon. And I think I was like, it was last year of Douglas. I was living up near Morgan Park. And one day I was walking with my bass and he was sitting on the steps of the club and he walked by me and I said, oh man, you sound great. He said, what do you do? I said, yeah, I'm playing bass and learning to play bass. You know how to play jazz? Well, I'm learning. Okay, you can come start playing with me. So he brought me into the club and he told me, get the real book.
Yeah.
I don't know where he's going.
Yeah, he had to go get some material. The real book.
The real book. And then there's the real fake book. There's the fake book and the real book, and then there's the real fake book.
Yeah, I got all of them. But
okay.
The hard copy is the real book, and that book has been with me for 30 years. I had the second edition. Back in my brother brought it for me as a birthday present from Berkeley. My brother went to Douglas too. He's a drummer, Corey Golden. And
you sound so good right there. His voice, when you lean forward, you sound a lot better.
Yeah, because it's close to the microphone.
I'll get closer to the microphone.
Perfect, my buddy.
Okay.
My nigga.
My brother brought me back a copy of the real book. And I started studying it with Marvin and Charlie. And then Groove Holmes used to come when he was using Arnold Sterling and...
Richard Groove Holmes.
No, Richard Groove Holmes, the organ player, Richard Groove Holmes, left-handed beast. I learned so much about bass lines watching him. I my first contact with the bass line, especially walking, was actually at the House of Prayer because that's where I grew up at.
House of Prayer.
Yeah, yeah, when it was downtown off of Pennsylvania Avenue. That
Okay.
and the shout band, and I had a little teeny amp. I had my bass, and I was running with the tuba player. So his lines
Oh,
were, and I was saying, I was phrasing it, and I started learning it, and that became part of my sound.
Mm.
I had a moment that I met Alfonso Johnson, and I took a couple lessons with him. He was playing with Collection and the Civics because Alfonso's from Philadelphia.
Okay.
Alfonso, Stanley, and Jocko, all three of them, born the same year, damn near the same month, in the same town.
Wow. Wow. So I need to know a little bit more about that book. Tell me about that book. What is that book?
That's my Bible. That's my. I think any musician that really wants to play, I tell people, and I have students for many years. I tell them, I said, love what you love, but learn everything. Learn a little bit of everything. The real book gives you a real broad scope and a broad range of understanding how music works by all the different types of songs, the different chord progressions used, the different
Okay.
melodies that are used, the voicings, the arrangement concept. When you start learning these kind of songs, it becomes arrangement and of structure in music becomes secondary.
Hmm.
The young kids today, they're so caught up on the machines and the phrase, they forget what the color is.
Oh.
mm-hmm.
So explain that. Explain that thing. Color. Explain that.
The color is, how should I put it? It's, if we take a paint, let's take a painting, use a different metaphor, and you do something in crayon, and you do an
Hmm.
outline of a house in a field, okay? But it's just basically a stick house and basic trees. But when you start to shade it in, you start to get more of a vision. You get the
Hmm.
movie of what the picture is. Music works the same way.
Fine tuning.
Chords and melody, especially voicing of chords. You can play a C major, but if you play it from the third, it's the same notes, but it sounds different. You play it from the fifth, it sounds slightly different. You know,
It's called chord inversions, first, second, and third inversion.
first, third, and fifth inversion.
Correct.
But the point I'm getting is that each inversion has a different way of sounding. So that's the color.
Okay.
And then when you layer chords and different people having uh, different understanding of what that chord is and how to layer it between each other, that creates the color again.
That creates the color.
With the bass line playing the better foundation, or the right foundation makes the chord open up. Now, when you put all those together, you create something beautiful. What's happening today with AI is study what we've learned the hard
Hmm.
way and put it at the fingertips of people who are, a little bit, let's put it this way, too trifling to learn the instrument.
Mm.
You don't have to be rich to do it. It's not, you don't have to become a star to play music. It's just the joy of playing something creative with your hands and your mind and your heart.
I think the problem. I think the problem more than anything is the school system, because they took arts and music out of the school, so the kids who have those talents and those gifts are not able to first of all have someone who can recognize the gift, right? Which is what happened back in the day. A teacher would recognize your gift and help you grow that gift. They don't have that today. So now the kids are given a shortcut. They don't have anybody in place to teach them the roots, to teach them the book, the big book or the old book, the new book,
Case, case in point, they
the
would
real book. Yeah.
they were trying to do that back in the 70s with us. They were trying to take arts out to school. They were arguing and going back and forth about it, of how beneficial it is to teach kids to do this. But basically, the school system is designed to teach you to work in somebody's factory, on somebody's job,
Right.
on an assembly line.
Right,
But
right.
those days are gone. That's what they were doing. Nowadays, you go to school and they teaching them how to do hair, nails, and whatnot. You understand what I'm saying?
Well,
And it changes over time.
it's all about the test today. I mean, you know, it's not
Here's
about.
the thing. Just real quick, I just wanted to bring this up because we were talking about how the knowledge, how we spread the knowledge. When we were young, and I remember 17, 18, 19, I would go every Thursday night down to the SSBBD. And the SSBBD, Johnny Polite and Mickey Fields ran their jam. And this is the thing that blew me away with Mickey. He would make you work. He would say, like, all the things you are, and then he'll mess you up and go in 4 sharps, and you got to go what, and then you got to transpose right then and there. That is, for me, that made, with him doing that to me a lot, that made me, I think it made me a better player, And when I started my jam here in Paris, I had used that philosophy, to help the young musicians here, because the young musicians here, they study our music. A lot of them know our music better than a lot of our young black sisters and brothers back home. It's kind of sad.
Well, now that you bring up the young people in Paris, describe to me the difference in the music scene in Paris as opposed to USA today. You and I had this conversation before. The 30, 40 year difference in how you actually go back in time when you go across the water. Explain that to me.
It's different places. Okay, for example, in Paris or France has a tendency to want to protect their language, which is understandable. So they're marketing their music. But what happened is, over the last, say, like 20, 25 years, France has a tendency of adapting what's happening in the States 6 months to a year or 2 years later. They catch on later. But when they do catch on, they grab it. They tighten their boots. I got some I have young players over here, like on my album. All the players except for my trumpeters and my backup singers, and two of my rappers are European, French European. One guy is from Martinique. And the drummer from Martinique. Oh my God, the guy got a groove that these guys learn music. I play with De La Soul, the whole band in De La Soul, when we play live, and it's a 6-piece rhythm section, 3 horns, and we play the music live, and it's just popping. And this brother is my drummer. I have another brother from Baltimore, trumpet player. He's going to pass by a little bit, named Ronald Baker, the most unknown Baltimore great musician that you will ever hear. He's over here blowing it up.
Listen, we're about to transition to another time slot. So cut this right here. We're going to come back in a few minutes and bring back part 2 of this interview. Who we interviewing again?
This is Jay Golden. Jay Golden.
Where's he at?
Paris, France.
And where's he from?
Baltimore, Maryland.
What school did he go to?
Douglas
High School.
Dude, you got me down. You got me down. That's all about me.
Hey, look, we'll be back, and I think
never about me.
I think when we get back, we want to talk about your project you just released and get up to speed. Maybe give you a little tour of the studio if you can. You follow me? All right, we'll be back in a few minutes, Jay.
All right, Jay. See you in a few minutes.
Are we going to use the same link?
I'm going to send it to you. I'm going to send it to you again. All right?
If you can do something to make yourself louder, I'd appreciate it.
No, I'm going to do something on this end.
I got you.
I'm going to do something on this end. Don't worry about it. I'm going to do something on this end. All right? Everybody, we'll be right back.
For Black Child Studio.
Wait a minute. What'd you say?
Black Child Studio.
What? Black Child Studios. And Jay Golden from
Paris, France.
All right.
Wait. See you in a minute.
Okay.
Yeah. Talking about them legends of Baltimore, yo. Woo. So many of them. Billy Holiday, Cab Calloway, Drew Hill, Madhouse, and my boy Billy Griffin Jr. Let's go!